Welcome to AudioVerse Listening Library, where every word awakens the power within. Every change begins not with massive action, but with a tiny spark, a single habit repeated in silence until it shapes your destiny. Today, we open Chapter 1 of Atomic Habits, the surprising power of tiny changes. Discover how the smallest behaviors repeated over time carry the weight of transformation itself. Let's begin this journey into the unseen power that builds or breaks. The future you desire. Most people think success comes from massive action, a single, life-changing breakthrough. But James Clear begins with a quieter truth. It's the smallest actions, repeated daily, that shape who we become. He calls them atomic habits. Like atoms, they seem insignificant alone, yet together they form everything that exists. Every great transformation begins quietly, not with a leap, but with a single, almost invisible step. In Atomic Habits, James Clear reminds us that the smallest change, the one we often overlook, carries the seed of something enormous. It's not intensity, but consistency that reshapes destiny. Science calls this compound growth, but spiritually, it's the law of becoming, that we are continuously in motion toward who we repeatedly choose to be. Neuroscience backs this. Every time you repeat a small habit, you reinforce a neural pathway. You're literally reshaping the brain to favor your future self. Clear shows how a 1% improvement each day doesn't just add up, it compounds, creating exponential change over time. Imagine a plane leaving London, off course by just a few degrees. It won't land in Paris, but hundreds of miles away. Our habits work the same way. Tiny shifts in direction determine the destination of our lives. This idea echoes ancient wisdom. The Stoics taught, you become what you repeatedly do. Modern neuroscience agrees. Habits carve neural pathways in the brain, automating who we are. But most people miss this because results don't appear immediately. That's the trap of human perception. We crave visible outcomes. Yet the power of atomic habits lives in the valley of invisibility, the silent zone where effort hasn't yet met reward. Here lies the philosophy of patience, that progress is not a sudden explosion of success, but the slow crystallization of small victories. Every choice, to read a page, take a walk, save $1, whispers to your subconscious, this is who I am becoming. The universe responds not to wishes, but to repetition. Every act of discipline is an affirmation of identity, and every repetition is a declaration of belief. So the question is not, how can I change my life overnight? The real question is, which small act today aligns with the future I desire? And when you begin to see yourself as the architect of those tiny actions, you realize success is not something you chase. It's something you accumulate. Clear shares his own story, how an injury forced him to rebuild his identity from scratch. He didn't set out to become successful. He simply focused on doing small things well, making his bed, studying on time, training daily, until the results became inevitable. The lesson is clear. Forget goals, master systems. Goals define the result you want. Systems define the process that gets you there. Success, then, is not an act. It's a habit. Think of it like planting bamboo. For years, nothing seems to happen. Then suddenly, it shoots up 90 feet in a few weeks, but only because its roots were growing strong beneath the soil. Habits are those roots. You may not see progress every day, but growth is happening quietly. When we learn to honor the small things, life itself starts to honor our direction. In the next chapter, we'll explore the deeper power of identity. How to build habits that don't just change what you do, but who you are becoming. If you enjoyed this breakdown, and if this chapter sparked something in you, don't just listen, apply it to your daily life. Knowledge is power only when backed by action. Make sure to follow the playlist for the full audiobook and join me in the next chapter as we continue unlocking the deeper power of identity. Until then, keep improving, keep growing.